Time is the one thing we assume we all share. You and I may live in different cities. We may speak different languages. But we both know what now means, or at least, we believe we do. It's the most natural idea in the world that there is a present moment, stretching across the Earth, across the solar system, even across the universe. That events unfold together, synchronized like a cosmic clock, that now is something real. But this idea, as intuitive as it feels, is wrong. Deeply, beautifully, and irreversibly wrong. Because in the universe Einstein described, simultaneity is not universal. It is relative. The first thing to understand is that this isn't a subtle effect. It's not a quirk you can ignore at great distances. It's built into the very fabric of space-time. Einstein's insight was simple but radical. If the speed of light is constant for all observers, then each observer must experience space and time differently. Their clocks, their rulers, and crucially their sense of what is happening now all shift depending on how they move. This realization unravels the illusion that time flows the same for everyone. Consider two observers, one standing still, the other in motion. They each witness two flashes of light. Say lightning strikes at either end of a long platform. The one standing still sees both strikes at the same time. To them, the flashes are simultaneous. But the moving observer is in a different frame. By the time light from the front strike reaches them, they've moved forward. Light from the rear has to catch up. From their perspective, the front strike happened first. Both observers are correct. It's not metaphorically, mathematically. There is no contradiction, only a shift in how events are ordered. This is what physicists mean by relativity of simultaneity. The order of events depends on your state of motion. What's now for you may be already happened or not yet for someone else. And this breaks something deep in our intuition. It's because we don't just use time to mark events. We use it to make sense of the world. We rely on it to tell stories, to assign responsibility, to remember. But in relativity, time doesn't give everyone the same story. It allows for a kind of narrative flexibility, one in which multiple sequences coexist, none of them privileged, none more real than the others. Not that there's no present, it's that there are many, and they don't all agree. And once you accept that, the universe begins to look very different. To feel just how strange this is, let's go back to one of Einstein's favorite thought experiments. A long train glides smoothly across the tracks. At the exact moment, the middle of the train aligns with the middle of the platform. Lightning strikes both ends of the platform, one bolt at the front, one at the back. For the observers standing on the platform, both flashes of light reach them at the same time. They are equidistant from both ends. The speed of light is constant. So, logically, the lightning strikes must have occurred simultaneously. Now imagine someone riding inside the train. They're also at the middle of the train when the strikes occur. The train is in motion. As the light from the front strike travels toward them, they're moving forward to meet it. The light from the rear strike, meanwhile, has to catch up. So inside the train, the passenger sees the front lightning bolt first, the rear bolt second. To them, the two events were not simultaneous. Same flashes, same light, same laws of physics, but two different observers each, with a different version of what happened when. This isn't science fiction. It's not a philosophical argument. It's a direct, testable consequence of special relativity. It tells us that there is no universal now. There is no agreed-upon moment that stretches across the cosmos. No single clock to which all reality synchronizes. Instead, each observer carries their own definition of the present, based on their motion, their position, and their speed. This becomes especially important at high velocities or across vast distances. A space probe speeding toward a distant star might see two planetary events unfold in one order. While Earth-based observers see them in another, both are correct. Neither is more real. Simultaneity, it turns out, is local, not global. This matters more than we tend to realize, because everything we build, from calendars to communication systems to physics experiments, is grounded in an assumption that time can be synchronized. But the universe doesn't synchronize. It allows for timelines to diverge, overlap, shift. And yet it still remains coherent, because while simultaneity is flexible, causality is not. No observer, no matter how fast they move, will ever see a cause arrive after its effect. Relativity bends time, but it refuses to break logic. Still, the implications are profound. It means that reality is not a single scroll of events, neatly ordered and shared. It's more like a tapestry woven from countless local threads, each with its own rhythm, its own definition of now. It means that your present is not the same as mine, and what we think of as happening together might never truly align. In a sense, we are all in our own bubbles of time, overlapping, interacting, but never fully synchronized. And that, strangely enough, might be what allows the universe to remain fair. To offer each of us our own consistent story, even if no two stories are exactly the same. We often imagine time as a river, flowing forward, steady and singular. A current that sweeps everything along in the same direction, at the same rate. But that image is too simple, it's too linear, too human. In the real universe, time does not flow along a single channel. It spreads, it folds, it intersects, behaves more like a web, woven from the threads of light and motion and observation. Each observer carries a piece of the weave, their own version of now, their own map of which events are together and which are not. What you call present might include a supernova at the edge of the galaxy. What I call present might include its aftermath, and someone else, racing between us, might see both as part of a completely different sequence. None of us is wrong. We are simply looking at the same fabric from different angles. Because in relativity, there is no global present. There's only a local slice, a horizon that defines what light has reached you and what remains beyond your knowledge. Time is not a uniform drumbeat. It's a mosaic of rhythms, syncopated and relative, stitched together by motion and causality. And this, strange as it may seem, is what allows the universe to stay consistent. Because disagreement doesn't mean disorder. In fact, the relativity of simultaneity is what prevents contradiction. It means that no matter how fast you're moving, no matter how far apart you are from another observer, there will always be a consistent ordering of causes and effects within your own frame. No matter how tangled the web becomes, no observer ever sees a result happen before its trigger. This flexibility, this looseness, is not a flaw in the universe's design. It's a feature, a safeguard. It means that physics doesn't have to choose one timeline for everyone. It can support many timelines, overlapping, intersecting, consistent within themselves. And the consequence of that choice is profound. It allows a universe with no central clock, no preferred perspective, no master reference frame. Instead, creates a cosmos that works for everyone, no matter how fast they move, no matter how far they go. A universe where light acts as the referee, where each observer builds their own map of events, and yet all those maps line up at the edges. This isn't symmetry, it's something deeper. It's compatibility. And that's the beauty of it. Relativity doesn't erase the past or deny the future. It simply reveals that time is more personal than we ever imagined. You live inside a web of information, threaded together by the paths light can take to reach you. And every point in that web defines your present. It may not be the same present as mine, but the universe holds space for both. And in that space, it remains fair. Relativity of simultaneity isn't a breakdown of time. It's the structure that lets everyone have a story and keeps those stories from falling apart.